Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. Today I am reviewing After Us by Catch Up Games, designed by Florian Cyriax. It's a French name, Cyriax. I'm sorry, Florian. I can say the Florian part. Cyriax is about as best I can do for his last name. And art by Vincent Dutrait. This game came out in 2023, March of 2023 to be exact, I believe. So it'd be pretty close to exact. I'm pretty sure it was March. In France only, and I believe it's only available in France at the time of this recording. Although I know there is stuff in the works to get it distributed further. I was able to pick it up living in Germany from France, and with the help of BGG, I believe Florian himself posted the English version of the rules. And I printed those off so I can play it because outside the rules, it is a language independent game. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview, get into my Gizmo thoughts and rating scheme, and my final thoughts on what I think about this game After Us, which was high on my most anticipated list for 2023. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the table where I can show you a quick overview. All right, here we have it set up for 2 players. It plays 1 to 6. I have played it solo, and I played it in 4 or 5, I believe, a couple times. And yeah, I don't think I've played it 6. I don't think I've played it less than 4. But I've played solo a couple times and at 4 and or 5 a couple times. In this game, the theme is loosely based around the planet of the apes. So you are a clan of apes, or you're at least in charge of a clan of apes. That start off rather small with some tamarins in your starting deck. Everybody's got the same starting decks. You're going to just start with those and your player color with no rage and no points. In this game, you're going to race around the track earning points and building your deck up better and stronger so that way you can do more and more with it, just like any other deck builder. This is a deck building game. The object is to be the first one to get 80 or more points, because the game ends at the end of the phase in which somebody crosses the 80-point threshold, and that is 1 lap around the board. I'm sure you can't really see the numbers that well. The game is played over 3 phases through a number of rounds, until which point the game ends, as previously mentioned. In phase 1, players are going to draw from their deck whatever is in their deck at the time. Right now, we all have the same 8 cards in our deck. You're going to draw the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope I did that right. And this player would also go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, still in phase 1, you are going to lay out the cards however you want to see fit. And in so doing, you're going to close off various loops, as I have down here below. Hopefully you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen with my tamarins laid out. And I think this layout will work just fine for the example I've listed here. Let me do the same for my partner below. All right, good enough. So we're each going to have laid out our cards. That's when we're going to move into phase 2. You are going to get everything that you've closed off in a loop, whether it comes naturally closed on the card or because you've closed the sides off together. Then, that's row 1, is getting things. Row 2 and 3, you're going to be spending those resources to do other things, to generate you more points or more actions or whatever the case is. Because there are 4 main types of 8s outside the tamarins you start with. You're going to have baboons, which are going to be good at getting you points. That's what the light symbol is. It's the ideas. These apes are generating ideas. Again, it's the Planet of the Apes loose theme. So the more ideas they get, the more intelligent they're getting along the way. And the baboons are going to help you get those points. Orangutans, those are going to help you get these batteries, energy, to use for various other things. If you look at the right side of the board here, you're going to get 3 out of 7 upgrade cards laid out. Let me, boom, right there. I might have showed what the cards do. In this case, in phase 1 or 2, you can spend 1 battery to turn 1 resource into a different resource. Because there are orange resources, the orange fruit, the blue flowers, and the black fruit. I don't remember if those are their technical terms, but You've got orange, blue, and black along with the energy. This one, in phase 1 only, you could spend 4 energy to lay out a 5th card into your row. And with this upgrade, you could spend 5 energy to get 5 points right away. So those are the 3 that got randomly selected for this game. Again, there are 4 others in the box and, with potential for growth, I assume. So the orangutans are going to help you get more energy generally. The gorillas are going to get you rage. This is a rage track. Everybody's got their own rage track on their boards. The rage, the more you get it, the more you can use rage to discard cards from your tableau and get them out of the game. Again, deck building. In a lot of deck builders, you're going to do your best when you're getting rid of all these starting cards and getting better cards into your hand. So rage is going to help you do that, and those come from the gorillas. Chimpanzees, they're going to allow you to retake actions. So every time you see this little recycle symbol, hopefully you can kind of see it there, you're going to get to reuse another action from your tableau. We'll get into how to get those once we get on the phase 3. So in phase 2, you're going to get the resources you've got from your card. So in my case, I would get 1 orange and 1 black from this closed loop, 1 battery from that closed loop, 2 more orange from this closed loop, 2 blue from this closed loop, and 1 orange from this closed loop. And I'm going to ignore my partner. We don't need them. They're in the game, but for all intents and purposes, it's the same action. They're going to do their actions. They're going to generate their things too. I'll just show you on my board here. Then we'll go to row 2. This isn't closed. I can't do anything here. This isn't closed. I can't do anything here. This one is a closed. I straight get 1 point for nothing. This closed loop says I can spend 1 blue and 1 orange. Here, let me bring this up here, the way I've got this set out. Hopefully this will help you a little bit to see it, if I can show it off. So that closed loop in the middle right there, I can spend 1 blue, 1 orange, get a point. So I'm going to do that. 1 blue, 1 orange, boom, boom. Gets me 1 idea, and then this one's open. My bottom row, because they're all starting tamarins, they're not going to give me any closed loops either, but they're going to help me in the future. So I've done all of phase 2 now, unless I want to trade it in a resource, and I don't think I will. I'm not that concerned. Actually, I believe I will, just to show off something. I'm going to spend my 1 battery to use this card, and I'm going to turn, let's turn in this black that I didn't end up using to get another orange. Now, once everybody's done with all their phases, and I'll just say my partner got left with like 3 blues. I don't know what they actually would have had. That's fine. My opponent's got 3 blue left over from all their actions. We will move into phase 3. Phase 3 is where you're going to get more cards. Each stack, and they're all face down, and this is a minor gripe of mine, but I can see why they do it. Each stack has 2 different levels of apes. There's level 1 apes and level 2 apes. All the level 1 apes are going to cost 3 of a same resource type. The baboons are going to take 3 or 6 for the upgrade. Blue. Orangutans, 3 or 6 orange. Gorillas, 3 or 6 black. And chimpanzees, 3 or 6 of any resource, but they have to be the same resource. So, in my case, I'm looking to get myself a big chimpanzee. I think I said baboon just a second ago. I don't remember. A big chimpanzee. I'm going to try to get myself a size 2 chimpanzee. So I need to have 4 orange to get a size 2, but at least I can get a level 1 right now because I've got 3 orange. And definitely they're going to go for either a level 1 chimpanzee or a level 1 baboon. I'm not real sure, but I know that's what they got. They know this is what I got. So they know I'm probably going to get an orangutan or a chimp. That comes into play because phase 3, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our 4 discs here to dictate which of the apes we want to purchase. And me, I'm going after the level 2 chimpanzee, and I'll show you why I chose that over a level 1 orangutan. So I will secretly pick that. My opponent, they just want to start chasing the points right away. So they're going to pick the level 1 baboon secretly. Once all players are in, we'll reveal. Now, at the top of the card, you can see this symbol. Chimpanzee lets you redo an action. I mentioned that before. You get to do this action right now. So right now I can redo an action. I'm going to redo this action right here. This closed loop I did earlier that gave me 2 orange. I'm going to use it right now to get 2 more orange. Now I've got the 6 I need to get that level 2 chimpanzee. My opponent's just going to get 2 points. Their bonus action is 2 points. So they'll get 2 points right there. Then what you can do is trade in any 2 resource or any 2 equal resources and use one of your partner or opponent next to you, adjacent opponent, use their ability. So if I had a second blue right now, I could turn in the 2 blue to get 2 points to activate their neighboring ability. Assuming it's a different ability. I don't think you can reactivate if they had played a chimp too. I might be wrong. I don't know for sure. Maybe I'll make this note in once I look it up. But I'm assuming you take a different action because I've already taken my own action. But I could spend 2, activate their ability. If they wanted to, they could spend 2 to activate my ability, but they're probably not going to do that either. Then we will spend our resources to get the ape cards that we plan on getting. So I'm going to get a level 2, spinning these 6 orange fruits. I'm going to get a level 2 chimp and place it on top of my deck. My opponent is going to spend these 3 blue, 1, 2, 3, and get a level 1 baboon, place it on top of their deck. We can also activate any level or phase 3 actions we want to at this time. And at this time, we could also spend 4 rage to kill off a card. When you spend rage to kill off a card, you'll also get whatever is depicted in the rage box in the top right corner of the card. So that's another way to generate resources or points as the game go on. Then you'll just go to cleanup. Everybody will take back their used token. You'll discard your used cards and any other cleanup activities that might need to happen, but that's generally all that's going to happen. Then you'll just restart phase 1 again, drawing 4 new cards and laying them out. And now I've got my level 2 chimpanzee in hand as the first card I draw. The one I just bought, sight unseen, unfortunately, but as you can see, it's got a whole lot more on it than one of these tamarind cards do. It's got a few more closed loops. It's got just bigger abilities. Like I said, they give you the chance to redo actions. This one's got 2. If I could spin a blue and a battery, I could redo 2 different actions on this card. I'll show you their level 1 card here. They got this level 1 baboon. Not as strong, but they're going to generate blue. They get a free point right there. And they've got the ability to chain. If I can find a good representation from their other cards. So if they had played these 2 next to each other, they could spend a blue and a black and get 2 points. Hopefully you can see that pretty good right there. And you'll just keep doing that, as I said, all the way until somebody scores 80 points. And then that'll be the end of the game. Whoever scored the most, obviously if there's multiple people who go past 80 in the same phase, then you'll see who has the most points. And I'm sure there's a tiebreaker. I haven't needed the tiebreaker in any of my games. And that's a general overview of how to play After Us. I'm going to go ahead and take it to the front cam and talk about my final thoughts. All right, so using my gizmo format, I'm going to go through my thoughts on After Us. One of the games that I was highly anticipating this year, mostly because I like apes and monkeys and things like that. And Planet of the Apes are some of my favorite movies, even though they're kind of campy. So After Us, gameplay, I kind of just did a brief overview. What do I think of the gameplay? I enjoy it. I like deck builders. I like resource generation and management. It's not complex at all. I feel like I played this with my daughter, and she'll pick up on it pretty quickly. It's very easy. The 3 phases aren't hard to figure out. Draw 4 cards, lay them out in the way that makes best sense to, play off the resources you're going to generate or the ones you already have. And do those things, get points, get more things to get more points. And then hopefully you have enough resources left over to purchase better cards, or at the very least, a level 1 card, depending on what the ape is. And that'll make your deck stronger and stronger as the game goes on. The upgrade cards, those are pretty neat. They give you just a little bit of more thought in each phase, depending on which phase you can play them in. The upgraded apes are always going to help you do things. I think the gameplay is fun. I enjoy it. But I'm worried that the game could get a bit samey because there's no imbalanced player powers. There's no special abilities there other than, the little upgrade cards that are available to everybody. You're playing the same game repeatedly, so I could see it wearing on, and I'll get into that a little bit more. The more of it, I guess. I'm kind of crossing over myself. But I like the gameplay. I like how easy it is to figure out what you're doing. You can pick up on it quick. You can teach it quick. I think my review was, maybe 10 minutes? And that showed a full round. So it's easy to play. It doesn't have a whole lot of complexity to it, but there is enough there to make you think through your actions and make sure you're trying to leave yourself the resources you need to get the upgrade cards that you're going to want to continue making your hand better and better as a deck builder goes. So I like that. I think it's got a good gameplay, an easy gameplay, and it's relatively fun. The theme is I tacked on. It doesn't really feel like Planet of the Apes. You don't feel the apes. I do like that they each have their own kind of leniency, but you could put any theme to this game. It's not necessarily Planet of the Apes outside of the loose, you're generating ideas and using berries and flowers and stuff to attract the apes. So this theme tacked on, but I like the theme. I like the apes. I think the art is fun. Let me get into the ingredients then, since I already mentioned it. Ingredients, the art. I enjoy the art. It's cute. I like it. I like apes. This is right up my alley. They're my favorite animals, are apes. So I like the drawing. Vincent Dutrait did a great job. All the apes of the same levels. All the cards look the same. They've just got different things tacked on them. The player boards are all different. There's 6 colors you can be, and they've all got a different art to them based around the different apes we're using. I don't know why this camera won't focus now, but hopefully you can kind of see what I've got going on here. So they've all got their own art. I like the style. I like the art. I think it's good. It's a nice. I'm not an artist. Watercolor looking style. It looks good. I really like the look of the game. The ingredients, they're nice, meaty, thick cardboard pieces. You got nice colored wooden tokens. Everything is ingredients wise. I really like it. The box, I feel like, is the exact right size, which is concerning if there is potential for expansion. I might not be able to squeeze it in, but I might be able to squeeze it in. There is some room in there. I've got the sleeve cards, and they fit with still a little bit of space, but not a lot of space. The box is the exact right size it needs to be for what the game is. So the ingredients, I think they're good. Good to very good. I think I mentioned this in my unboxing, that the cards are not the thickest card stock, but that's my only gripe as far as all the ingredients go. Everything else is great. Z, is it easy to play? I think it is. I've mentioned this before. There's 3 phases. You're doing X number of things in each phase. The hard part, again, is just a little bit of best managing your tableau layout, how you're utilizing cards to make sure you're generating the resources you need to activate the better things as you move down the line. But the concept of the game isn't hard. I could teach this probably to anybody pretty quickly and have them pick up on at least how to play. The strategy is going to be where there's a little bit of complexity, but even then isn't too bad. And the fact that you can utilize your neighbor's ability tokens, that means that you can kind of make up for a mistake if you need to, in phase 3. I like the ability to mill. I like the fact that each card or each apes has its own style, and you know what to expect from them. But I don't know why I'm putting this in easy to play. It's easy to play. You manage resources. You're laying cards out. A little bit of complexity in the decisions, but the gameplay itself is not hard, and I could teach it pretty easily to anybody. More of it. All right, so here I kind of hinted at before. More of it. Yeah, I like playing it. I enjoy playing it. I feel it could get very samey because there's not a lot of different things that are going to be going on from game to game. You can focus on a different style of ape to try to upgrade to, but you're still kind of at the luck of the draw, to include the fact that these cards are all face down. The cards you're buying are face down, and I don't know that I like that. I don't want them all face up either, but I might experiment with a choice of, 2 cards or whatever that you could choose between, so you can at least cater towards what you want to buy, this or this for each of the levels, as opposed to just you get what's on top and you hope for the best. I think that would add just a little bit more variability to the play. Even it's the same game, but at least it gives you that extra thinking point in the game, as opposed to just, I'm going to take the top face down card and put it in my deck and hope for the best. If I had some more independence in my choice of upgrade cards, I would just prefer to have that. So that's something I wish was offered, I think, and I might have brought up if I was a play tester, as opposed to just taking the blind card at the top. Something to give a little bit more a choice to the card I'm buying, outside just what kind of ape it is, but which specific card of that ape would I like out of a selection of 2 or 3. I don't know. I don't know what the best offer is without making the game just more sprawling, so I can see the negative to not doing that. But I think that would just help it with replayability just a little bit more, just offering that next step of thinking into one of the phases. But I like it. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy picking it out, trying the different, which level do I want to go to? Do I want to start chasing the baboons with their ideas more? Do I want to chase the orangutans and try to get batteries because maybe the battery upgrade choices are top notch? Maybe I just want to work on milling my deck and take the gorillas and just make my deck smaller so I know exactly what I'm working with from round to round, and I can min and max that the best way. Maybe I just want to get a bunch of chimpanzees and let them, each layout, I can use the replay ability. Maybe there's one good action per round that this is great that I get to replay that action. I don't know. There's enough to offer to make it replayable for now, but it does lend itself to feeling like you're not getting a whole lot of difference from game to game. So, yeah, more of it is on the weaker side, but I still enjoy it because I like the theme, I like the art, and I don't mind what it offers, even if it is offering a lighter, less varied game. I think that fills a spot for me in my game group too. So that's another thing that lends itself to replayability. Originality. It's okay, originality. I like that it grabs at the Planet of the Apes theme. I don't think I've seen that before, and in fact, I know I haven't because I would have seen it. I would have probably played it already because I like the Planet of the Apes theme. So if you know of a different Planet of the Apes game, let me know in the comments below. Because for me, the theme, I like it. Even though it's tacked on, it's a theme I enjoy that's tacked on. I like the art. But it is just another deck builder, another tableau builder, another resource generator, and race to points game. There are plenty of those around there. I think this does it in a different way that, makes it slightly more original. But there are other similar style games out there for sure. But I think this one is different enough that it's worth a look. And I enjoy it for the theme. I enjoy it for it being just slightly different enough to make it original for me. And it fits my needs and my style a lot. So I'm enjoying it and I like it. So let's get into my final thoughts. What do I think? Obviously, you've heard my take. Some pros, some cons. I enjoy this one. It fits a small niche in my group. And so it's been enjoyable. Is it the best game? No, it's not the best game. There are better games that do these things. There are better themes, or at least themes that aren't as tacked on. You feel like you're doing... I don't feel like I'm Planet of the Apesing, is what I'm trying to get at with the theme here, but I still like it. It's fun for me. I enjoy it. I like it a lot. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 gizmos, just for some of the negatives I mentioned, and the fact that It doesn't have a whole lot of probably replayability once you played it a few times. It could probably get a little samey. It's not that complex. So, yeah, I like it. I like it enough. It's better than average is what a 3.5 means. And yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. We've enjoyed it. We've had fun playing it. My game group's already asked to have it played again. So there you go. If you're not a super heavy game player, you aren't turned off by it. I don't know who would be turned off by the theme other than, the thought of, life after us. That's what it's based on, After Us. If you're not completely turned off by that theme, you like card builders, you like tableau players, you like managing resources, I say check it out. I like it. 3.5 out of 5. Not the greatest, but definitely there are way worse games I could be playing, and I'm happy to bring this to the table. And it doesn't take that long to play. I think 45 to 60 minutes is what we've played it in. So yeah, it's quick, it's fun, it's light, a little samey, but whatever. Deck builders are going to be kind of samey to a point because you're just doing kind of the same actions. So that's my thoughts. I like it. I like it enough to keep it in my collection for now. But that might just be my bias towards apes. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below of your thoughts if you've been able to get your hands on this. I know, especially for my English-speaking folks, you might even have heard of this or seen it definitely anywhere else. Anyway, for my French-speaking folks, let me know if you've gotten your hands on it and what you think of it in the comments below. Subscribe to get more videos like this from me, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.